Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I am Reverend Jen Pomfrey. Welcome to my corner of the World Wide Web. Happy Magical Monday. This is going to be a new fun little series that I'd like to start doing on here, introducing little witchy tips for y'all, but with a little holistic flair to it, because I feel like there's not enough emphasis on the holistic balance of magic. We need to understand that there are polarities and everything, that there are properties to everything we do. And if we have more of an understanding of that, we'll have a more grounded practice. And I'm going to explain in today's video, which is about honey jars. So grab a cup of coffee, tea, water, whatever you got, a snack, and let's talk. I'd also like to start off by asking, have you ever done a honey jar? Do you know what a honey jar is? Have you had success? Have you had challenges with honey jars? I'd love to know your input, your feedback, your stories in the comments below. So a few years back, a friend of mine had done a honey jar for her family, extended family. And there was just issues going on there that she wanted to sweeten the situation, and she wanted to bring peace and harmony and all that stuff to the family, where there was a lot of discord, right? Where there was a lot of just tension, things unspoken, trauma, things like that. When she did the honey jar, they all got together for a holiday, and there was a huge fight. And when she told me about this, I said, well, that makes sense because you did a honey jar. And she said, what do you mean? And I was like, well, think of the properties of honey, right? Sure, it sweetens things. It's an alternative to processed sugars. It's natural sweetener. It's a golden ingredient for a reason, though, because it's antibiotic, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory. It heals wounds, it heals the gut, soothes things, but it really does bring things out of you first. It's a natural antibiotic. And so therefore it's going to bring things out first before the sweet happens. And she was like, oh, that makes so much sense. I was like, yeah, you had a lot of things revealed to you in that argument that made it necessary for you to kind of cut certain people off. And that's bringing sweetness, because some of these people did not belong in your life and you did not belong in theirs. The magical properties of honey are for love, prosperity, health, connection to the divine. But if you're having issues in that area, the honey is first going to bring those things out, bring those things to the surface, put you through a healing process, which might feel a little wonky at first, and you might think, oh, my honey jar is not working. No, it is. If you're using a honey jar primarily for love, make sure you're also doing the work around self-love, being the person that you want to be in a relationship, okay? Because that honey, that natural golden energy, is going to transmute and transform anything in there that is not its best self, its best version, its best component, best energy, whatever you want to put in there. Because think of gold. Gold is made from base metals. It is transformed. It is not just gold. It is made of the transformation of other elements. Okay? So honey jars are transformative. So make sure that whatever you are doing a honey jar for, you are ready for that transformation. You are ready to pull out the gunk and the garbage and the residue of old crud that has kept you out of your golden self. Okay? Make sure that you are always doing the work with your magic. That is how you keep it holistic and grounded, practical and realistic, and how it manifests into reality. Okay? So it's very important to look up the properties of the things you are using on both a holistic and a magical level. Okay? Look up the medicinal qualities of ingredients that you're using in your spell work. So this way you can understand it on a deeper, more rooted level, rather than just, oh, lavender does, it helps you enhance your dreams and it's good for exorcisms. Like, okay, what are you exercising? Are you ready to exercise that? Exercising means to pull something out as well. It means to rid oneself of something malevolent, of something disturbing. Okay, because lavender brings peace, right? It does. It brings peace. It's good for dream work. It's good for a bunch of things. It's one of those all-purpose herbs. But if, let's say, you're using lavender for peace, but you're disrupting your peace, or there's people in your life that are disrupting your peace, the quality of that herb, the spirit of that herb, the quality of the work you're doing, and the intention is going to also show you where the work needs to be done. Okay? If you really want to get back to your nature, you have to look at what's disrupting it in the work you're doing. All right? So that is my little magical tip for you on honey jars. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know if you've had an experience like this with a honey jar where you thought, oh my God, it's not working, but really it is. It's just, it's bringing stuff up to the surface so that you can experience true sweetness. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Like I said, I'd love to know your feedback. If you have questions, comment below. I'll see you next week.